In what is possibly the most shocking trade in NBA history, Luka Dončić was just traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. And on today's episode, I want to talk about how that could impact the trade market, and especially considering the Chicago Bulls are shopping players around. We're going to talk about all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Hayes, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Sir Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And Luka Dončić was just traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, and probably one of the most shocking trades that I've ever seen in my life. This was completely unexpected. The trade, for those that know, is that Luka Dončić, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris will be headed to the Los Angeles Lakers. The Mavericks will be getting Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 Lakers first-round pick. The Jazz will be getting Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2025 second from the Clippers, and another 2025 second from the Dallas Mavericks. And that's the trade. That's the parameters here. And the question that I have here, right, is that how does this impact the trade market for the Chicago Bulls mainly? Now, I've seen already some people ask, does this mean that the Lakers, now since they don't have a center, could pivot and try to make a move for Nikola Vučević? Now, we've heard that the Lakers were only willing to trade one of their first-round picks that they have available to trade out in the market. So I'm going to say right now, I don't know, and I don't think that the Los Angeles Lakers are going to try to make another move to try to bring in Luka Dončić, but I will say this, I didn't expect the Lakers to make a move for Luka, so I guess anything's possible. They still have Rui Hachimura's contract. They have Dorian Finney-Smith's contract. They have Gabe Vincent's $11 million. They have Jared Vanderbilt, that $10 million. So they still got money that they can move if they choose to do so, if they want to try to bring in Nikola Vučević to try to give themselves a center to make this roster make a little bit more sense this season. Now, the Lakers also could kick the can down the road, right? But the more important thing that I think you have to review and talk about in all of this is the fact that if Luka Dončić got one first-round pick back, one. Now, they did get Anthony Davis, and I guess the conversation that we can have is how many first-round picks do you consider Anthony Davis worth? But for the Bulls, who have been looking for multiple first-round picks for Zach LaVine, a first-round pick back for Nikola Vučević, a couple of seconds back for Lonzo Ball. How does this impact that trade market for the Chicago Bulls, a team looking to move some of their pieces? That's a big question here. That is a huge question here, and that's something that we won't really know until some of these other deals go down. Of course, De'Aaron Fox, Jimmy Butler, other players that, big names that are out on the trade market as well. But this just really did shift some major things in the league, which could end up having a trickle-down effect for the Chicago Bulls as well, man. This is crazy. And apparently the Dallas Mavericks were the one that went to the Lakers to initiate this. It wasn't Luka asking for a trade. It's come out since that Luka Dončić wasn't even aware that this was going to happen. This is a monumental trade, and I want to be clear here. We may never see a trade this shocking go down in our lifetime again. This is maybe the most shocking trade in sports history. Keep in mind, Luka Dončić is 25 years old, and when he's healthy, he is absolutely an MVP candidate every single year. And once again, a team bails out the Los Angeles Lakers, and they get a franchise star that can lead their franchise for the next decade. This is like as if the Chris Paul trade went down with the Lakers, if the NBA didn't block that trade and they were able to add Chris Paul to Dwight Howard and to Kobe Bryant. This is what this trade is tantamount to. This is a major shift of a trade, and it's crazy. It's honestly wild how this impacts the trade market. And the Bulls and many other teams are going to be sitting there asking themselves, how do you rebound from this? That's what's going to have to happen, right? How do you rebound from this? This is a shift in the trade market that we may never see again, period. That's how monumental this is. And so now the trade market, which there were a lot of players looking to try to get out of their deals or wherever else, we'll see if that's even something, a possibility now when it comes down to it. And I know it could sound like hyperbole. I know it could sound like me, just using buzzwords, but make no mistake about it. This is the most shocking trade I think I've ever seen in my life. In my life, I can't even think of a trade that was this shocking. Maybe Brett Favre, but then no, that wasn't shocking. Darrelle Revis being traded, maybe. CC Sabathia being traded, maybe, right? But even then, there were some rumblings and some signs that those trades were going to happen. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody in the NBA world had Luka Dončić possibly being traded at this trade deadline. Nobody had that. Nobody had that. And listen, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Bro, I was about to sleep. I had to remind myself it's February 1st, not April 1st. Man, me too. Listen, when I first saw this, I was like, nah, this got to be fake. Maybe Shams got hacked, something like that. This is 100% legitimate. More details are coming out now. This is absolutely real, man. We got Derek Briscoe in the building, bro. What the fuck? I have no idea, bro. I have no idea what's going on here, fam. Nothing. But I do think, like, what does this mean for the players? Like, the Bulls wanted multiple first-round picks back for Zach. Do they get that now? With Luka Dončić going for one first-round pick, do the Bulls get that now, right? Even if you say, all right, boom, Anthony Davis is worth, let's say Anthony Davis is worth 2 first-round picks, 2 unprotected first-round picks. That means that Luka Dončić just went for 3 unprotected first-round picks. He's an MVP candidate. So does that mean that you're going to can you still request first-round picks for Nikola Vučević? If an MVP candidate went for 3 unprotected first-round picks, the value of 3 unprotected first-round picks, does Vuč even net you a first-round pick now? Are they going to have to come off that asking price? Trade crazy that it got Hayes to wake up for a live. I was live over already on NBA Central, bro. Listen, I told y'all before I don't really sleep, but it did kill my high. That's what this trade did. That's for sure. If health was the main concern for the trade, why on God's green earth would they trade him for one of the most fragile players of all time? Listen, here's the thing. I'll say this. You still got the one thing. You got Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively when Derek Lively's healthy. So that means AD gets to play the 4. You still got Kyrie Irving there, right? You still got Klay Thompson there. He's been playing pretty solidly, right? This Dallas Mavericks team is still a team that's probably going to make the play-in, and they may even be able to make it out the play-in. But, of course, you're not looking at them as a championship contender necessarily anymore. Zach LaVine and a first for Giannis. Who says no? Everybody, apparently. Bro, what did I just witness? I'm too wasted to be witnessing this. Hey, Vikram, I don't even know where to begin, bro. I don't even know where to begin. Dudes, this might be the worst trade value in NBA history. And that's why I say it's so shocking that it will impact the trade market. This will impact and shift the trade market. There's just no way around it. This will impact the trade market. This is wild, man. Hayes, I don't understand what the hell Dallas is doing. Doncic is arguably the best in the league, just came off a finals appearance. AD is injury prone. But this is why I tell y'all, like for my Chicago Bulls fans, right, that every time a Zach LaVine trade comes up, they're like, well, why would we do this trade? We clearly not getting better. Can you still say that now, right? Are people now going to wake up to what this could mean? Luka and LeBron is some crazy physical playmaker. Hey, man, listen, Connect is going to get a lot of open shots. Austin Reeves is going to get a lot of open shots. A lot of open shots. Vooch can be in play here. Well, supernatural, the reason why I doubt that is because all we've heard this season is that the Lakers only wanted to trade one of their first round picks. They can only trade 2029 and 2031. We've heard that they're only willing to trade one. Now, they got Luka. So maybe that means that they're more willing and apt to maybe want to make a move now for Nikola Vučević to bring in and him be the new center there. But I tell you what, there's some questions. Lakers just ruined the market. The market is shot, bro. The market is absolutely shot right now. Scuba says, I just got here. What the fuck happened? So just to recap here for you, brother, Luka Dončić was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. So the way that the trade worked out, Luka, Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris to the Lakers, Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 Lakers first-round pick to the Mavericks. The Utah Jazz, as the third team in this, get Jalen Hood-Schifino, a 2025 Clippers second, and a 2025 Mavericks second. That's the trade. So, man. Reginald, how many bridges did Luka burn to get out of Dallas? Well, reportedly, he did not know about this trade before it went down. Reportedly, that's what we're hearing right now, is that he did not know that this went down. I don't think the Mavs' lack of picks affects the Bulls' ability to get first-round picks for other teams. Correlation is not causation. Not the Bulls' fault that the Mavs got fleeced. LaVine and Vooch have been good. Yeah, but that's not how it works in the NBA. If you go and look around the NBA, for example, Rudy Gobert went for 5 first-round picks. At that point, when you look at the number of first-round picks that went for some players, after that, it was crazy. It took a year and a half to correct the trade market to where players weren't going for huge tons of first-round picks. So, unfortunately, that's not – I get what you're saying in life, but that's not correct when you look at how the NBA trade market works. As soon as a team gets fleeced, you set market value. Part of the report of Luka being traded is the Dallas weren't happy with Luka's lack of conditioning. I get that. But still, right? If this is happening in fantasy, I'm calling collusion. Man, listen. Shout out to Pops. My dad in the building says, heard they're trying to get Clint Capella. Well, no. So that Pops says that you're talking about the Lakers trying to get Capella? If you're talking about the Lakers, that actually makes some sense. That actually makes a lot of sense that they're able to get Capella. I'm sorry, I was thinking about the Hawks offering Capella for Vooch straight up. But if you're talking about the Lakers getting Capella, that makes some sense. Do you think they're moving off Kyrie next? No, they got AD back. I think this is still a Mavericks team that's going to go for it. In my personal opinion, but I could be wrong on that. It's just in my personal opinion. Yeah, same here. I've never been this shocked about a trade ever. This shit came out of nowhere. That's a fact. Messi from Boston. That's a good one, Lloyd. That's definitely a good one, bro. Fam, there's no deal like this there's no deal like this in sports history. The Herschel Walker trade, that's definitely could be one that's up there for sure as far as most shocking. But listen, Luka's an MVP candidate when he's healthy. So I just look at that a little bit different, man. Bro, I low-key thought Sham's Twitter got hacked. Yeah, until ESPN and everybody started reporting it. If this is a hack, this is the best hack in sports history. Hey, Hayes, but I don't know if we'll get any first. I mean, there's definitely that question there, bro. Brett Siegel now questioning LeBron's immediate future with the Lakers. I mean, hey, listen, if you got Luka as the new face of your franchise, maybe you do. That would be unprecedented to trade LeBron James. But maybe you do. I have no idea what the next steps are for this because this is so unprecedented. Just don't know. This all means nothing. OKC is winning the West for the next 5 years. Hey, I feel you on that, bro. I feel you. I think value has a lot to do with circumstance. That's of course true. Meat in the building says, just imagine we may see something crazy. Well, nothing this crazy. But I do think that this is going to set off a chain reaction where a lot of teams are going to make reactionary trades now. A lot of them are going to make that. Y'all seriously got to subscribe to all channels. Hayes went from Sky Central to NBA Central to Bull Central in 4 hours. Listen, listen, I'm the hardest working man in podcasting, and I stand by that. I stand by that. This is crazy, Hayes. It's absolutely crazy. Like I've said, I mean this. We may never see a trade like this go down in sports, this shocking in sports history again. We may just never see it. Look like Lakers need a big Vooch incoming. Well, that's why I say I don't know if they're willing to trade their other first round pick, maybe, because they got this, they can match the salary. And if I'm not mistaken, let me count, make sure. Didn't they send out more players than they took back? And if that's the case, I mean, they may have an open roster. I'm trying to, there's so many things going on now. My notifications are in shambles, bro. In absolute shambles. So the Lakers sent out AD, Max Christie, Jalen Hood, Shafi. No, they sent out 3. They got 3 back. So they don't have an open roster spot. So we'll see. Now some folks are talking about the Lakers trading for Vooch. The fuck are they going to offer Chicago after what just – I mean, technically they have a first-round pick that they can still offer. Technically they have that. So we got Black Prophet in the building, says the trade makes absolutely no sense. They trade a young 25-year-old offensive player for a guy named Street Clothes. I believe A. Davis is injured right now. No, Luka is not the best player in the NBA. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best in the NBA for sure. There's just no question about that. When he's fully healthy, Luka is one of the best players in the NBA. Now, AD and, I mean, Luka's hurt right now too. They're both technically hurt. So JT Mack says the craziest trade I've seen. LeBron traded AD. Luka and LeBron will fight over the ball. Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I take Jackson Hayes. I mean, and maybe the Lakers are looking at that. I heard Anthony Davis was talking about the coaches. I mean, I don't care about that. I mean, he probably was, but they probably deserve it as well. Will Luka leave the Lakers after the contract is up? Well, you would hope that if they may listen, that would be one of the biggest blunders. If Luka leaves the Los Angeles Lakers after this trade goes down, that would be, I mean, it's not like they gave up a whole ton. So I guess, can we say that it would be like, it'll be a huge L for the Lakers? Like, but Luka's contract, he has one more year after this year, and then he has a player option year in 2026, 27. But man, that's crazy. Tom Brady to the Bucks, but no, that wasn't that shocking because we knew Tom Brady was ready to get out of there. Jonathan Davis just wanted to say, what's up, my boy? Keep doing great things. I'm definitely shocked about this trade. Will the Bulls trade this week? Go Bulls. We'll see. We'll see if the Bulls do make a trade this week. We'll see. Just pre-order my Luka Lakers. Are they already got the jerseys up? The jerseys are already up. That's crazy. The only thing crazier than this before the deadline is LeBron to the Bulls for Vooch and Patrick Williams. Come on, bro. Come on, man. What are we talking about? Just wow. In hindsight, the Gobert and DeJounte trades look like a fleece now. That's a big fact. That's a big fact. Adding Vooch would make LA terrible on defense and super slow. They're already terrible and super slow. Luka is not fast, and he's bad on defense. LeBron is okay now defensively. Let's be clear. What he's able to do at 40 years old is amazing, but let's not act like this is the most athletic team. It's not. Australians are free, says, so it's real. Mavericks got jumped for everything. The shoes, wallet, phone, pants, hairline, everything. Everything got snatched. They snatched everything. It's all done, bro. Everything got snatched, my boy. It's all snatched. Deanna says Mavs got tired of Luka not taking care of his body. Yeah, that's what the report is. They weren't happy with his conditioning. This is crazy, man. This is wild. I mean, hey, we'll see what the future does hold, but this definitely affects the market, man. You're right. Vooch too much. We'll give Patrick Williams, Javon Carter in 2032 second rounder for Bron. That's crazy, man. we'll see what the future holds, man. But this is definitely one of the craziest trades that I think I've ever been alive to witness, man. But you guys can let me know how you feel on everything down below. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the #1 spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that's thanks to you lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end everything on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See you ready